What's up, ladies and gents? Thank you so much for stopping by. Social Nurse here. I appreciate you. We know that I appreciate you. Listen, there is too much going on in the USA right now, and I'm going to center Nigeria today. Over there on TikTok in the past, before the Block Party 2025 occurred, a lot of people that identified as having African heritage in regards to being an immigrant or their parents being an immigrant, right? These people could be in the UK, right? They might even be here in the United States benefiting from civil rights movements that they didn't partake in, right? Many of them are over there in South Africa talking about Black Americans center themselves and should learn about other Black people, right? Well, I don't mind centering other Black people. Nigerian people that have identified as Nigerian heritage, you click, and see that they have that Nigerian flag. There are things that support that they are indeed Nigerian, have said that Black Americans have no culture and that Black Americans center themselves. I think each ethnic group do center themselves, right? A lot of times Black Americans, when we are having conversations over there on TikTok or other social media platforms, we're talking to each other and other people are listening and thinking Black just means them. Black is not their ethnicity, right? They've just started really calling themselves Black, right? Since they have encountered the West, if you will, but they feel like they're not centered, right? So we are centering people from different African nations. I've done several videos of centering African topics, right? And the fact that these people think we don't have any culture, those of us that are ethnically Black Americans, our ancestors were enslaved on this land that we call the United States of America for generations, right? Our people have been here for generations. We understand this, right? So to say that we have no culture is inappropriate. I would not even be offended if these people from different African nations, and I've mostly heard it from Nigerians, South Africans, and a few people I've seen make posts. I click through and they're Congolese, right? And some Caribbeans, and those Blacks that have made it to UK by way of their parents or grandparents fleeing, right? I've heard it from them that Black Americans have no culture, right? Even some celebrity Blacks that feed off of Black American culture, be it the newer parts of our culture or older parts of our culture, right? I think it would be more acceptable for me personally if some African, let's say Nigerians, because they've said it quite a bit, them and the South Africans, but let's use Nigerians for this commentary. If they said that their culture and traditions were older or spanned a longer period of time, okay. I can't argue with that. I mean, it is what it is. But let's just get into this really quickly. In Nigeria, I believe that the colonizers did a perfect colonization because they carved out an area of people in that area of land in Africa that speak several different languages, like the Tower of Babel fell right in there, right? and that have different, some different customs and culture aspects, right? It seems that the Nigerian press or even some of their politicians are telling fibs. They are being untruthful because it's been reported on different Nigerian media places that Qatar, 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 I believe that's the correct pronunciation, is banning visas for Nigerian males. And Qatar has said that that's not true. They said that they're not doing it. So I don't know why the Nigerian media or whomever is responsible is telling a big old fib on Qatar. I believe Qatar. They've said that that's not what they are doing. They are still using the rules and laws that were already in place. Now, Nigerian people in politics and in the media have also lied on Japan, stating that Japan was creating cities specifically for immigration, right? People from African countries that were coming over to work in Japan. And that's not true. Japan has asked that the Nigerian media and those responsible in political positions take back that lie and fib, right? So why are they lying on other countries? Right? I'm not saying that Japan doesn't need or want African immigrants to do certain works, but at this point, they've been protesting. Many of their citizens would just rather the population die out. They don't want those Africans coming over from the different African nations. That Nigeria spreaded a rumor stating that some cities were going to be specifically for Africans. Even in America, there are sister cities to foreign nations, right? Cities in the United States have a sister city in a foreign nation. And I think that's all kind of like what Japan was trying to represent. But now the deal is off because Nigerians, politicians and media told a big old fib lie, Nigerians might have old culture that extend and spans generations, right? Their naming conventions, birthing conventions, celebrations, customs, foods, dances, showing respect. But it doesn't seem like it's helped Nigeria at all. They're still running in Circles, right? Don't the politicians have some of the same culture? It's too bad that Nigeria relies on foreign nations to employ their citizens to send money back to continue to run in the same circle, right? We understand this. Listen, they have culture, but I don't see where the culture is catapulting them in a way that helps their nation, right? It's inappropriate to tell other people that they don't have culture just because it's not your culture or as old as your culture, right? These people have horrible coping skills. They're fibbing on other countries. Qatar is saying that they did not make any new restriction on Nigerian male travelers. Now, what I do believe is that they're being more stricter and maybe scrutinizing more with the laws that already exist to keep those Nigerians out of there, right? So Nigerians should watch how they are talking about other people and treating other people in lands that they flee to, right? It is what it is. People internationally have experienced Nigerians because they're all over the place. People know what they experience, and it's been a mess, right? It is what it is. I've personally encountered some Nigerian women, oh my God, brutal, mean-spirited, right? I've not encountered the same behaviors from Nigerian men, although I've encountered Nigerian men. They're not as bad, right? I don't know what's up with the women. They're hostile, right? So it is what it is. It seems that in the media, Nigerian press and politicians are lying on other nations. Social nurse.